journey before I tell you a little bit about the industry and what we're doing. So I grew up in London. I had the opportunity to study a similar course to the the IT course here at City University. I did my engineering degree there in ICT. I got into an MBA, got into investment banking, and then kind of lived all around the world doing that in Brazil, in Nigeria, in London, Mumbai, Doha, most recently, and then I moved back about 5-6 years ago. And I think this is quite relevant for you. I don't know, how you feel about it, but having lived all around the world, studied all around the world, I still made the choice to move back to Pakistan about 5-6 years ago. There's a very fundamental reason for that, which is that I really saw a trend in Pakistan. I mean, other than the fact that this is our own country and we want to build that together, rather than going everything that we know, just give it to other countries. I think I wanted to kind of come back and give something here and build a project in Pakistan. So what actually happened was that, I saw a trend happening in Pakistan where, internet penetration was getting to a serious size. We have a population in Pakistan of 200 million people, 220 million people. But I saw the internet penetration was getting to a very decent size, and that was set to grow incredibly fast over the next few years. Internet connection has been the driving force, like the road and the railroad and the aeroplane was back in the Industrial Revolution. The internet backbone and highway is really your connectivity to the rest of the world, right? And to everybody else in rural Sindh and rural Punjab and KK and where not, right? So what I found was that there was a really big opportunity to have a massive impact using technology in Pakistan, and the country was ready for it, right? And financial inclusion was a word that was being used. Now you see Easy Paisa, Jazz Cash, and the e-wallets and stuff doing really well. So I think it was a great opportunity. My brother and I co-founded a startup called Tapmad TV, which I don't know if you guys have heard of, but I didn't download it, check it out. Basically, we do streaming, and it's all built by Pakistani entrepreneurs, Pakistani IT graduates. Everybody's Pakistani there. So that's quite commendable. We've taken it from 0 to 1.5 million subscribers monthly. We have 6 million active users every month coming to our platform and using it. So it's been an incredible journey, learning about IT, learning about what skills are available in Pakistan, how we can build this kind of platform out, and I've been amazed at the skill sets and and generally the motivation and the entrepreneurship of Pakistani students and Pakistani, kind of IT grads as well. So in Pakistan we have, from that kind of understanding of internet penetration and the railroad I'm talking about, what I found was now we have around 54% internet penetration of our population. That's 120 million people that are connected to 3G, 4G devices now, right? That's handheld, cinemas, banks, education, everything is done now on the phone, right? So you've got 120 million people you can deliver content to. And what we find now as well is with my other company, Zain Pasha, is that we're finding that connectivity of banks with Easy Paisa, Jazz Cash, Alpha X, HBL Connect, and all of these banks that are now creating, and banks and telcos that are creating electronic wallets and e-banking, you have access to about 100 million people that can pay digitally now as well, right? Which basically gives you an enormous opportunity right now and in the next coming few years to have the backbone ready. When I came here, there was no backbone. We had to help build it. But for you guys, when you graduate, what you're going to have is the entire backbone ready with the financial systems that are in place for you to do anything you want on top of that backbone, right? So you can do education technology, you can do medical technology, you can do entertainment, you can do anything that you want based on that backbone. So when you guys are graduating and learning the things that I read in the course for IT specifically, you're gonna be entering a massive growth market, I think, right? Right now we're seeing a bit of contraction because of generally inflation in the world and things like that. But I think slowly as soon as we emerge out of this slight depression, you're going to see a massive upward take, especially in my industry. And so there's a massive export potential as well, which Pakistan is focusing on. Pakistan for the IT industry is focusing massively on exports to help bring in dollars into the country. The IT industry has enormous potential for this, and there are huge incentives that are being offered. You're getting 5 years to 10 years tax breaks, so you get basically no income tax that you have to pay, no capital gains tax, things like that. There's massive incentives. There's IT parks that are being built right now. So in 3 to 4 years' time, when you guys are coming out of university, they will be in Karachi. They've just signed a contract to do like $180 million worth of investment in IT parks, right? So basically, you will be coming out where you have massive IT parks with huge incentives to go into the IT industry and basically take advantage of massive amounts of potential earning that you can have, right? So that's pretty cool. There's also, so this course, whether you choose to go into like computer science, whether you choose to go into information technology, digital marketing, and cybersecurity, all stuff that affects me on a daily basis. I think that all of these areas are going to be very important for the IT industry for you to get jobs. Jobs or even start your own businesses. I think, I want to talk a little bit more personal rather than just the industry and tell you about, give you some advice about how to focus your next few years, right? That I would do if I was to go back and was sitting in your seat, right? What I would be doing is, the world now, is not the same as it used to be. You don't need $100 million to start up a factory anymore. You know what I mean, right? Like, you can save a little bit of money, right? You can do some freelancing work, you can save a bit of money, and you can start up a business. You can make an app, have an idea, and you can get access to, as I said, 120 million market, right? That's available for you. You don't need to set up a factory anymore. You can do it yourself as an individual, right? Which is an incredibly freeing thought, in Pakistan. It's revolutionizing Pakistan. So I think that you're coming in at a very, very good time. You need very low capital to start up. The freelancer market in Pakistan is one of the largest in the world. So what you're talking about is we're, I think, the 4th in the world of the size of the freelance market. So you could be studying coding course, if you're studying coding here, or you're studying app development or website development or whatever, you can actually start freelancing and making money while you're doing the course. One of the biggest advices that I could ever give you from my life journey, right, is just do it, man. Like, don't sit there and think I'll finish my degree, then I'll do this, and I'll do that. The biggest asset that you guys have right now, right, and the competitive advantage that you have over everybody else is time, right? You guys have time, you can be patient, don't get frustrated, make all the mistakes that you can make right now, right? Because, and actually, I would go further. I would say, if I was to go back, people are scared to fail, right? It's difficult. That comes from your own insecurities, it comes from how you were brought up, it comes from being judged by other people, right? But what I would say, like, truly, man, is that seek failure, like, look for failure, right? Because that's where growth comes from. When you fail, you realize internally where the problems were, you focus on that, you grow, you learn, and then you become better. And you guys, man, like, you just do it right now. Fail. Every single day, fail, and learn and grow, because time is on your side, man, and all you're going to have at the end of that process of learning and failure is a massive success. So seek failure would be my advice. I know it's counterintuitive, but it's where learning comes from. I think that I would say further than that, I would say learn to love yourself, because self-confidence, self-esteem is what makes you a success. Because I think that there are enough people in this world that judge us sitting there, and that actually helps to bring us down, because if you believe in what other people are saying and you don't believe in yourself, you just spend your life for other people. So try and focus on loving yourself, okay? Because in careers, in life, and in jobs, or whether it's starting a business, right? The hardest thing is to keep persisting, keep going every single day, keep working, failing, working, learning, growing, right? So I would say, focus on loving yourself so that you believe in yourself, start investing in yourself. The time that you have right now and the power of compounding earning, right, is something that I wish I knew when I was younger, right? What that basically means is that if you save a little bit now, even if it's tiny, right, the growth potential of multiplying that through interest income and through investing, right, the time that you have, the compounding effect of the time that you have is incredible right now, right? So even if you put a little bit away, I was a little earlier, I've been trying to do it now with a kid, but try and put away a little bit if you can in an investment or whatever you can, and learn how to do that, because that will serve you well going forward in the future. Invest in yourself, right? And how the job market is going to change, right? Last thing I want to say is that there's a lot of opportunity but there are a lot of changes coming up. When you guys graduate, the world and the market will not look the same. I'm telling you right now, I'm facing it every single day. With AI and automation, right, which is transforming every single industry, whether it be tech, it's not just tech, it's every single industry. Robotics, AI, and deep machine learning. Anything that's an automated task that can be done by a computer, they will do it better than you can do it. Just face the reality of the world, okay? It's gonna happen, okay, right? So what can you do about it, right? How do you face a world where machines are gonna do it better than you, right? It's a very serious question, and I think about it a lot because I've got a child, and I wanna see what world he's gonna grow up in. So not only do I try and make an impact in the world, which I wanna see for him, but I also think about the difficulties he's going to face, which you're going to face in 3 years, right? Or 4 years, I'm not sure what the degree is. 3 years. You're going to see a very different market. There's going to be automation, you're going to be fighting robots, you're going to be looking at AI that's going to be doing shit better than you, you know, like, just know it's going to happen, right? So I thought about this a lot, and you know what I came up with? It's what I was saying, love yourself. And I'll tell you what that means. What that means is that machines are tools, right? And you guys are going to be using those tools. The things that we do as society, as human beings, right, is that we drive conversation, we drive the narrative of what people are thinking, we drive society by the choices we make, right? And if you can love yourself and you believe in yourself, you will be part of that story. You know, it's not just learning how to do something by using a machine, you know what I mean, right? It'll just get better. Before we used to use like a wheel to do, sorry, you know, like a windmill or whatever you call it, to crush grain, right? Now you have mechanized farming, right? So that's just going to happen. Whether it's with ITC, whether it's with fashion, whether it's with law and smart contracts, whether it's with music and electronic music coming up, AI, you know, like it's just going to take over every industry. So what I would suggest is that I think the skill set, the soft skills, will become more important than the hard skills, right? Yes, you need to know the hard skills because you need to understand how machines work, you need to understand how AI works, you need to understand what the metaverse is, you need to understand what blockchain technology and how that's going to change the entire landscape, you need to know what NFTs are. This is all going to be relevant, right? But I think if you believe in yourself and you drive the story, the narrative you want to see in the world, that's something that the machines can't. You will be the one that's going to be driving the machines to see a better future for yourselves, for your families, for your kids, for your friends. So believe in yourself, invest in yourself, love yourself, and I truly believe that that's going to be more important than anything else that you can ever do. So thank you very much.